Hi friends, I am back in California's Eastern Sierra on another fall adventure, and I am super excited to revisit a special spot that I've actually shared with you before, but never quite like this. So join me on a camping adventure at Convict Lake. Convict Lake is located just off Highway 395, about 10 minutes south of the town of Mammoth Lakes and 40 minutes north of Bishop. It's an easy drive whether you're coming from north or south, with breathtaking mountain views the entire way. The lake is easily accessible with a paved road that takes you straight to the day-use parking area, campground, and boat launch. This lake is the perfect getaway for weekend warriors or long-haul adventurers. Camping is one of my favorite ways to experience Convict Lake. This campground is well maintained and often one of California's most highly rated campgrounds, and it's not difficult to see why. 88 sites offer stunning views for tents and RVs nestled right next to the lake. Each spacious campsite has picnic tables, a fire ring, and bear-proof locker, as we are in black bear territory. And you'll find clean restrooms and water available nearby. It can get a bit chilly here at night, so I bring my favorite sleeping bag, and I'll make sure to link all of my favorite camping gear and photography equipment in my full blog post at flyingdawnmarie.com. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Dawn, a full-time travel blogger, and every week I share a new adventure with you on my travel website, flyingdawnmarie.com. And these YouTube videos bring you along with me for a virtual visit each time, so make sure to turn on notifications, please like and subscribe, and let's explore together. One of my favorite things about camping at Convict Lake is the location. It's just a short walk from the campground to the lake, nestled along Convict Creek. And this alpine lake is stunning year-round, but fall is truly special here. Many campgrounds in the Inyo National Forest close for the winter season just as the fall foliage begins to turn, but this spot typically stays open through the end of October, depending on weather. And for hikers, the beautiful 2.5-mile loop trail around the lake offers stunning views from every angle. It's an easy hike with minimal elevation change, making it perfect for families and casual hikers, and the fall foliage this time of year makes hiking here extra golden. If you're short on time, the Convict Lake Accessible Trail is a scenic option, coming in at just under 1/3 of a mile along the paved asphalt walkway, which leads to majestic views from the wheelchair-accessible fishing and viewing deck. As the sun prepared to set, Nate and I decided to head back to one of our favorite spots around the lake to shoot the night sky. Milky Way views can be spectacular here, but something we're also aware of is it can get rather windy. And while today was a calm day around the lake, as soon as the sun set, the winds really picked up. As beautiful as the night sky is here, we were beginning to wonder if we'd be able to keep our cameras from blowing over in the wind. We decided to stick it out, and I'm so glad we did, because the Milky Way dancing across the sky above the lake was truly magnificent. In fact, the skies were so stunning, we decided to stay for sunrise. And as the last of the stars faded away, the winds completely disappeared, and we were left with perfect sunrise conditions. It's so calming, yet also invigorating to watch the first rays of sunlight peek over the mountaintops and dance across the hillside. The lake calmed completely as the fall colors reflected off the water, and without a cloud in the sky and no wind, Convict Lake became completely glassy with a perfect mirror-like reflection, to the point I could rotate my camera upside down and I could barely tell the water from sky. A truly magical sight. After enjoying a dreamy sunrise, Nate and I decided the weather was perfect for a morning kayaking adventure, so we headed back to our campsite to grab our kayaks, and on the way we were met with the most delightful surprise. The deer were enjoying sunrise grazing all around the campground, and it was such a special treat to see them as we grabbed our kayaks. This is also the perfect time to remember all the leave no trace principles and respect the local wildlife. With so many deer, it's important to drive responsible and never feed or approach these beautiful animals as we are visiting their home. After our unexpected little deer adventure, we made our way back to the lake, and in just a few minutes, we had our kayaks all ready to go. Now, I always get questions about our inflatable kayaks, so I will make sure to link the details in my blog post and in the description of this video below. We definitely love ours, and we use them often. Now, you can also rent paddle boards, kayaks, and boats here if you don't have your own. And Convict Lake has a great launching facility, but there are also plenty of spots all around the lake, like this one, just a short stroll from our campsite, where you can easily put in paddle boards and kayaks. Before you know it, we were out on the water experiencing some of the most spectacular Eastern Sierra scenery from one of the very best vantage points, in my humble opinion. While there are countless stunning lakes in this region, Convict Lake is an alpine gem spanning 170 acres and reaching depths of nearly 140 feet. This is one of the clearest and deepest lakes in the Eastern Sierra, and I always have a spectacular time out on the water. I'm sure you can see why. The calm waters and beautiful scenery here might leave you wondering, why is this lake named Convict Lake instead of something like Breathtaking Glorious Views Lake? Well, there's actually quite a backstory here. The lake got its name after a group of escaped convicts from a Carson City prison back in 1871. A posse actually tracked them down to this very location, and the area became known as Convict Lake. I'll share more details in my blog post, but the name and rugged history definitely contrast the beautiful and peaceful, serene waters we're experiencing here today. Fishing enthusiasts love this spot as the lake is stocked with rainbow and brown trout, perfect for anglers. And for fall foliage lovers like me, now is the perfect time to be out on the water because you can enjoy leaf peeping in every direction as the yellow autumn colors line the lake and climb up the hillside here beautifully. Nate couldn't stop photographing the blue water here as the morning activity along the shoreline picked up with fishermen, families, and picnickers. How's it going, Nate?
Awesome.
Look at these views. We absolutely could have stayed out on the water all day, and I'm sure you can see why Convict Lake is considered one of the Eastern Sierra's most scenic spots. But we finally decided it was probably time to head back to shore and grab a bite to eat. And of course, I love how quickly and easily we can deflate our kayaks and pack them up for our next adventure. Just past the campground and the lake is the Convict Lake Resort. Now here they offer cozy cabins and a lodge, perfect if camping isn't quite your style. And often you'll see the local deer here too, so drive slowly and keep your eyes peeled for the wildlife. The resort also features a great general store with camping supplies, snacks, and everything you might need during your stay. And you can grab breakfast and lunch at the Aspen Grill. I recommend the smoked salmon bagel for breakfast, and Nate's go-to is the smoked brisket cheesesteak sandwich for lunch. The restaurant at Convict Lake is a perfect place for dinner. Now, because we were out shooting the stars, we didn't get to enjoy a meal here this trip, but we have often in the past. And Nate recommends the filet mignon. I always get the salmon or a build-your-own pizza. And before we knew it, it was time to pack up our camping gear and set out on our next adventure. We just got our tent and all our camping gear put away, which brings us to the end of this adventure. But for more information on Convict Lake, make sure to check out my full blog post at flyingdawnmarie.com. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and subscribe. Until next time, I hope you find adventure and encouragement wherever you go. Bye.